John Wheatcroft here. I just wanted to share some information with you about this year's jazz course at the IGF in Bath in August. It's a wonderful opportunity to get together with like-minded guitar players, share some ideas, and most importantly, we get to play together. It culminates in a concert at the end of the week, but during the week, we really encourage you to get involved in jamming, really getting together to play through some standards, to exchange some ideas on soloing, some rhythm guitar things, and just the general experience of playing together as a jazz guitar player. You don't necessarily need to be a jazz specialist to get a lot from this course, because the intention is that we cover all of those skills during the week that will have you ready to play the tunes and the final performance at the end of the week. So what I'm going to do today is just talk you through a few ideas that are reminiscent of the kind of things that we could cover in class. So we're going to look at a soloing idea, we're going to look at some chord melody, and we're also going to look at some walking bass. And here's our first musical idea. This is based around the style of the great Pat Martino, around a D-7 or a G9 harmonic backing. Essentially, we're dealing with natural notes ranging from D up to F. So we're in the 9th and then 10th position. We jump up when we reach the B string, like so. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. But what we're really exploiting here is the tone gaps that we find between the 10th and the 12th frets on the first 3 strings. So Pat really likes to explore the chromaticism connecting these gaps. So let's play this really slow. Here's the first connection. So descending. The second string we ascend. Then more descending. Connection. And we end on the root. So the whole phrase in its entirety is one more time. Here's a simple but really effective chord melody idea to create a really bluesy big band sound in the key of G. Essentially, we're going to play a G blues scale on the first string. We can ascend or descend, moving horizontally, like so. But we're going to harmonize this single note with a big block 13 chord, like so. So our voice in here is the 3rd fret, 4th, 5th, and 3rd. I'm using a separate finger for each note. You could play this as a bar, but I find using the separate finger is more articulate when we get into the sliding that's about to follow. So we're going to use that exact shape in parallel for each of the notes of the blues scale. Like so. So now we have a harmonized scale. And we can play bluesy licks rather like a big band would play riffs. Simple but really effective. Octave displacement is a great way to make your line sound more saxophone-like. Let's begin with a typical 2-5-1 arpeggio connection line. Here's D-7. Here's G7 flat 9, and then we resolve to the note G, which is the 5th of our final C major 7. There's nothing wrong with that phrase other than the fact that the consistent ascending direction of all the notes makes it sound rather exercise-like. Saxophone players very often will play with the direction of notes by moving certain parts of a phrase in different octaves. So instead of D, F, A, C, how about D, F, A, C, like so. A little bit more of an interesting shape there. Okay, we're still going to go from the 7 to the 3, i.e. C, the 7th of D minor, to B, the 3rd of G7. Instead of now going B, D, F, A flat, I'm now going to go B, D, F, A flat. Exact same notes, again, much more interesting shape. So, version 1. Version 2. Let's end with a simple but effective walking bass idea against a G7 static tonality. The trick to this is maintaining two different rhythmic feels. The bass notes are generally speaking going to be long and legato like a bass player, whereas the punctuated syncopated notes in the treble are played short. That's one of the reasons why it's usually a good idea to avoid bars. If you do play these with bars, it's very difficult for the index finger to do two feels at the same time. So the index finger is devoted to the bass note, which allows it to remain on the string so the notes can sustain. The other fingers are independent and they can come off the string once the notes have sounded to allow you to get that staccato feel.